Hello. Today we're back on our Marine 454 build, a big block Chevy. So next step is head work. I want to show you guys how I do my port matching. Now, if you research it, you'll see there's all kinds of guys, all kinds of theories, different ways of matching your ports. They're all good. I'm just showing you how I do it. Yeah. So, let me point the camera down here. So I have a little bit of an assortment of different thickness used head gaskets. I don't want to do this with new ones. And we have an assortment of intake gaskets. Now, these come in different sizes. So this here is for a stock size port that hasn't been ported. I got a FAB number on here somewhere. Anyways, it doesn't matter. This is what we're going to use for this application. We're not doing a full port job or nothing. We're just matching the heads. So we're going to use these. Our deck height has already been established. That's quite important. Our heads have been milled, CC'd, and all, you know, the whole, make sure they're equal and all that kind of stuff. We're going to put our head gaskets on there, our mock-up head gaskets, exact same thickness as the ones we're going to use. And we're going to throw a head on there. Then we're going to bolt them down. Just a few bolts. Like I said, there's already been compressed, the gasket, so we just snug it down. We're just going to snug them down a little bit, make sure they're all seated and all that kind of stuff. Okay. There's same on the other side. You see I've already marked it so we can scribe it. I just use a Sharpie. Works pretty good. Here we're going to center it up with the ports. Again, we're making sure we're centered here. We're centering it up, in this case, with the top bolt. That makes it a bit easier on these. I'm going to tape our gasket down. Make sure we're centered here. Now, when I'm doing this, I don't know if you can see it there, but you see how off-centered the bolt hole is with the gasket. So if we slid this over and centered it up off of all these bolt holes, and you're just going to be moving your port over too much. You're going to be making it too big. We're trying to do a minimum cut as possible here. And I'll explain why that is in just a minute. We're not doing a full part job. We're just matching. There's a good bit of flow throughout the valve lift and RPM range of the engine. By doing some basic port matching, you get rid of any obstruction there. Could cause, reversion in the intake and all kinds of nasty stuff. So, squaring up your ports, which isn't that big a deal on a big block Chevy because they're pretty close. Port matching and half-inch behind the valve and half-inch before the valve and half an inch after the valve is where you're going to gain the most amount of flow for your time spent. So that's what we're concentrating on with this. So we got those all centered up. We got them all squared up. Now we're going to take a little bit of adhesive. And we're just going to put a few dabs of that on our gasket. And you could use silicone. You could use all kinds of different things to do this on. Okay. Mine's just getting a little thick here. Okay. A few dabs like that. Now you can go in here and you can scribe this, or you can, I'm just going to use a Sharpie here, do my overlap here. I'm going to actually scribe and use a Sharpie. Makes it just easier when makes it more visible. Again, I'm making sure that the top and bottom of my part's lined up. So I've already marked out my intake. And we're just gonna drop our intake on there. Set it down nice and straight. We don't want to slide it. Okay. We're going to use our bolt holes to make sure that we're down even, to make sure there's our head surfaces. We want to make sure that the intake is not like that. We can check along the front and the back, and we can reference our bolt holes here on the top. It's especially easy on these big block Chevys. Okay. We're going to put a couple bolts in that thing. Squish that down onto the adhesive. Again, all we got to do now is snug this down. We don't have to make it super tight or anything like that. These gaskets I have a selection of used gaskets. I match the thickness up with the ones I'm going to use. They've already been compressed. We just want to tighten this up so nothing moves. And then we're going to come back in 4 or 5 hours after that adhesive's set. Until then, I want to mention another thing you can do with this now. Is you can also now drill a hole, a small little hole, 1/8" type of thing. Something that, but you're going to want to make sure the hole you drill, that you also have a pin or something you can drop in there that will fit really tight. You can put 4 holes in, being very, very careful that when you break through, that you don't break through the back of the head. You just want to go into the cylinder head a little bit, and you'll feel that. When you're drilling through the aluminum, you'll go through the gasket, and then you'll go into the head. If you do accidentally break through, it's not a big deal. You can, when you're putting it back together, you'll put a bit of silicone in that hole. That won't be a big deal. You especially want to make sure that where you drill, though, you're not going to drill where there's a coolant passage. Okay. And then when you put the whole thing back together, you can put them pins in there to help locate everything. What you got to be aware of when you do that, now that works very, very well. I like that technique. If you're doing a concours restoration or something, having a hole there and a pin there is not going to look great. Certain sanctioning bodies, if you're racing, they're going to see that. That could cause you a little bit of grief. I mean, they got their pros and cons. It's an easy way to do it. So now what I'm going to do on this, before I go any further with this, we got that snug down. It's not going to move. Is I'm going to take a little punch, tiny little punch. We're going to take our punch and we're going to find a spot somewhere obscure and hidden. And we're just going to put a little, we're going to angle our flat nose punch. So we put a right angle mark on both the head and the intake. Just like that. And that will be our reference point for when we slide this back on after we're all done port matching it and we're doing our final assembly, because this intake's going to move back and forth 1/8 of an inch. We have to know exactly where to position it. If you don't do that, your entire port matching effort was for nothing. And, well, that's what I'm trying to help you with, avoid something like that. And these marks are going to be so little. Nobody's going to see them. I put them in each corner. That way, if I can't find one for whatever reason, it's not a big deal. So now I'm going to let this sit for about 4 hours. I'm going to come back and remove that intake. We're going to lift up our head now. Our intake, sorry. And there we have it. It's all stuck down, the absolute perfect spot for us to do that. Now before I go any further, just while I'm scribing this, I'm just going to put a couple little clamps or something on here, just to make sure nothing moves. You can go in. We don't want that adhesive to move. I'm going to scribe it. I'll come back in with my blue Sharpie and run along the edge. It'll just make my whole port matching task a little bit easier. I know my camera angles and stuff, I'm kind of new at this, probably ain't the greatest. I don't know how to put still pictures on when I do this kind of stuff, but I'm hoping that you kind of get the idea here. This is how I do it. I think it's great. You can lay it all out. You can measure off the bolt holes and all that. Problem is the manifold can move. You got a good bit of movement in that manifold as you tighten it up. So that's what we're trying to avoid. I'll come right in here for really close. Actually, I'm going to do that before I blue this so you can see it on the gasket. Not very well in focus, is it? I don't know how to get that in focus with the camera. You can see there's a good amount to come out of that intake manifold. That's pretty common. And so we're using the smallest gasket. We're still going to be removing a good bit of material. And when I do the head porting, when I film that, I'll show you how we're going to blend that back. We're going to go back so we don't lose our Venturi effect and all that kind of stuff. To have that much overlap on these aftermarket intakes is pretty common. I think they probably do that on purpose so you can port match. So that's how I do it. That works for me. I'm sure other methods work for other people. That's the way I like to do it. The other option, very much the same as what we did here, was the drilling the holes that we mentioned. I mean, they both have their advantages and disadvantages. If you're going to do it with drilling the hole thing, don't glue your gasket on, okay? And use the proper gasket, the actual gasket you're going to assemble the engine with. Make sure everything's clean so you don't damage that, of course, right? You drill them holes, you go right through that gasket, and then when you assemble the thing, you can use your little pins and you can line up not just the head and the intake, but you can also make sure that the gasket's not overhanging anywhere. So that works really good too. This is just as accurate. They have their pros, they have their cons. That's how I do it. In the next video, I'm going to start porting these heads and we'll just show you a few things. Yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys got something from this. If you like what I'm doing, if you like what I'm about, leave me a comment. Leave me a like, share if you enjoy what I'm doing. If you think it's worth sharing, that'd be great. Thanks, guys. Subscribe. That's what I meant, not share. Subscribe. Thanks, guys. Have a great day, and happy port matching.